Hi, everyone. I'm glad you're here. Thank you very much for joining me. This is a special report of a major earthquake that struck northern Japan just hours ago at 11:15 p.m. local time. A powerful 7.6 earthquake rocked the Pacific Ocean off the east coast of Aomori Prefecture in northern Honshu. The epicenter was located roughly 80 kilometers east-northeast of the city of Misawa. There's the 7.6, and there's been probably 20 aftershocks, but I could only find maybe three of them: a 3.6, a 3.9, and a 5.6. Stick with me, I'll give you more details about this earthquake. Hi, everyone. I'm Mary with Mary Greeley News. Thank you very much for joining me. I want to give a shout out to Susan, who sent me a PayPal donation. Thank you, Susan, very much for your support. I'll humbly ask everyone to like, share, and subscribe. This earthquake was about 32 miles in depth, or 53 kilometers. 137 people sent in felt reports to USGS, and they gave it an intensity level of 7. It was felt over a very wide area. Let's see, even down there by Tokyo, etc. Here's the most recent earthquake that I could find, a magnitude 3.9 off the east coast of Aomori Prefecture, 30 kilometers in depth, they're saying, or about 18.6 miles in depth. We also have a magnitude 3.6 just before midnight Japan time, 2340. A magnitude 5.6, 40 kilometers in depth. Let's see, probably an intensity rate of 3 on the Shindu scale. Another one, but they don't have the intensity level or the magnitude. That was at 2335 Japan time, and the magnitude 7.6. That was given an intensity level of 6, which is one of the highest levels of um, earthquake magnitudes for Japan. That was given for the city of um, Hanuki. I'm sorry for pronouncing that wrong. This would be the strongest level at which most unreinforced masonry walls collapse, and even well-built wooden houses could suffer heavy damage. Lower 6 was felt in nearby towns, while upper 5 shaking reached as far as Hakodate. I'm going to go back to this map so you can see that location right there. Remarkably, as of 3 a.m. Japan time, authorities have confirmed no fatalities, no reports of serious injuries, including 2 nuclear plants. One of them is a reprocessing plant. Airports, bullet trains, and local rail lines immediately suspended all operations, but engineers reported no visible damage or major bridge um, type of structure damage. The biggest concern was the tsunami warning that was issued immediately after the quake. The JMA issued a major tsunami warning for the Pacific coast of Aomori and several other areas along the coast, forecasting waves of up to 3 meters, which would have been 9.8 feet. The first tsunami wave, about 40 centimeters, hit. It arrived in Aomori, which is 15.5 inches tall, and sirens and warnings did go off to the residents, which was about 200,000 people in coastal communities. Um, and they still warned that more tsunamis could be coming later. Seismologists said that this event was a thrust-type rupture along the plate boundary where the Pacific Plate drives beneath Japan. And they also stated that more than 20 aftershocks have occurred, but they don't have them listed here. Some of the felt reports were things like one person said the house felt like it was floating on a boat. Can you imagine that? Um, Not the most aggressive earthquake that they have felt since the large earthquake they had in 2011, but certainly the biggest swing since then. That was on Reddit. Another report said the earthquake lasted for a good minute. Things fell off the shelves, and the water in the cup on the table spilled a bit. Another report from Aomori said that the earthquake lasted about 90 seconds. On EMSC, they have several reports. One from Misawa. Nothing broke, but lots of shaking. No signs of tsunami yet. A couple of kilometers from the beach they are. A big shake on the seventh floor hotel. Another one said felt the building shake for a minute. Another one said to provide tsunami information in other languages. Oh. Another report from Niseko, which is 239 kilometers northwest, which is more than 148 miles. It started out slow, like someone was shaking the room, um, but built into a significant one where my building was entirely shaking. It eased, but there was still slight tremors for about another minute. Another report from an area of Russia, about 248 kilometers northeast, said it woke them up. Small things dropped. Another report from Russia, swaying for about 15 seconds. And another from Russia. It says they mentioned the island. It rocked for a long time. It started out with a jolt and then grew in a waveable manner. Another report from Narashino, Japan, 222 kilometers south, which would be about 386 miles, more than a minute of light shaking. There in Tokyo, it says I was on the seventh floor of a hotel. Doors started to making banging noises like someone tried to get inside. On the way to the door, I felt the shake, so we went outside. There was no one else. I thought I was crazy. Another report from Tokyo, about 40 seconds, continued vibration. In Chesaka, sorry for pronouncing that wrong, about 498 miles south, shaking continued for about 2 seconds. And then another one, even farther, said felt of light shake in the hotel top floors. There in Hankinohi, there was report of furniture toppling over, and it was difficult for people to stand. Sending prayers. Yeah, they're saying these aftershocks could probably last for months. What are your thoughts? If you live there or you work there, how long did it last? How did your pets react if you do have pets? What was your initial reaction? Please put those comments down below. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you again, Susan, for your support. Please like, share, and I humbly ask you to subscribe, and I'll talk to you later. God bless you. Bye.